Welcome to our lecture online. As we saw in the previous video, it is really difficult to get a feel physically what the Laplacian of a function really means. We can see the definitions, we can try to graph it, but in 3 dimensions it's tough. So let's do this in 1 dimension and things will become a lot clearer. So even though the Laplacian is the second partial derivative of the function with respect to the x, the y, and the z, let's now just have a function that only has an x component. So the function is equal to x cubed. And so when we try to graph the function, it looks like this. And so the function is simply x cubed. Now what do we get when we take the Laplacian? Well, we take the second derivative of the function with respect to x, or second partial derivative of the function with respect to x, the second partial derivative of the function with respect to y, and the second partial derivative of the function with respect to z. Notice when we do it with respect to y and z, we get zeros, and when we do it for the function with respect to x, first we get 3x squared for the first derivative and 6x for the second derivative. So the result of the Laplacian is we get a 6x. But then what does that mean? So what we're going to do here is evaluate the function at 4 points. For x equals 1, x equals 2, x equals 3, and x equals 4. We have 3 of the points on the graph, so that would be the value of the function here would be equal to 1, the value of the function here would be equal to 8, the value of the function here would be equal to 27, and then the next point, the value would be 64. Now what do we get when we take the first derivative? Well, when we take the first derivative with respect to x, we get 3 for the first point, 12 for the second point, 27 for the third point, and 48 for the last point. So what does that mean when we take the first derivative? Well, that means it's the slope. So when we take the first derivative of the function with respect to x, we get a slope equal to 3. When we take the first derivative here, we get a slope equal to 12. Here we get a slope equal to 27. And there we get a slope equal to 48. In other words, when we take the first derivative with respect to x, we see how much the function changes when we make a change in the x direction. That's why we do it the partial derivative with respect to x. So we see how much the function changes, the value of the function, when we make a change in the x direction. Now we take a look at the Laplacian evaluated at those 4 points. Notice when we take the Laplacian, we get 6x. So when x is equal to 1, the Laplacian gives us 6. When x is equal to 2, it gives us 12. When x equals to 3, it gives us 18. And when x equals 4, it gives us 24. Now what does that really mean? Remember, the definition says that it's the average rate of change, or I should say it's the average change in the change of the function when we move in all directions. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take the second point, we draw a circle around it. Now normally in 3 dimensions we should be able to change in all directions, but since we're not only dealing with a change in 1 dimension, we can only change in the x direction. So we can change this direction, we can change this direction. So when we change from the x equals 2 to x equals 1, the delta here is equal to 9. And if we change from x equals 2 to x equals 3, the delta here is equal to 15. If we take the average value of this, we add 9 plus 15, which gives us 24. Take the average of that, so divide by 2, so the change, the delta, is equal to 12 on average. Well, when we go over here and we take the Laplacian of the function evaluated 2, that's exactly what we get. So the Laplacian gives us the average change of the slope, which means the average change of the function as we move. Or actually, let me take that back. It's actually the average change in the slope, and the slope is the change in the function. So the Laplacian is going to give us the average change in the change of the function when we move, in this case, in the x direction. And that's given right here. Now let's take the next point. Again, we're going to draw a little sphere around it. We're going to allow it to change in all possible directions. In this case, the only direction that matters is the x direction. So what happens when we change from, let's see here, from the third point, when x is equal to 3, that's right here. So when we change from 27 to 15, or I said from 27 to 12, we get a change of 15. When we change from 27 to 48, we get a change of 21. So we take 15 and 21. the average of that, we add them together, gives us 36 divided by 2. The average delta is equal to 18. So we come over here and we can see that the Laplacian, when x equals 3, is indeed 18. In other words, the Laplacian gives us the average change of the change in the function, the average change in the slope, when we're at this location right here. And so that's essentially what the Laplacian means. We take the second partial derivative with respect to x, y, and z of the function, and it gives us the average change of the change in the function depending upon in all directions, the average of all directions. You can see that we only have one dimension. It's easy to figure it out. When we have 3 dimensions, it becomes quite complicated, but you can now understand that it's the same concept. It's how fast the rate of change of the function is changing when we're at a certain point and we move in all directions. And that's what we mean by the Laplacian of a function.